In the vast, untamed wilderness of America's national parks, people don't just vanish. Yet, in the rugged beauty of Maine, one woman did precisely that, disappearing without a trace, without a sound. This is the perplexing and tragic tale of Geraldine "Inchworm" Largay, a story that continues to haunt investigators and captivate those drawn to the unexplained mysteries of the wild. It was July 2013, and the Appalachian Trail, a legendary footpath stretching over 2,000 miles, was alive with the spirit of adventure. Among the thousands who embarked on this epic journey was 66-year-old Geraldine Largay. Though hiking alone, she was far from a novice. Inchworm, as she was affectionately known for her steady, deliberate pace, was an experienced outdoorswoman, well-versed in the challenges and solitude of long-distance trekking. She had meticulously planned her journey, equipped with the necessary gear and a deep respect for the natural world. Her intention was to complete a section of the trail with a friend, but when her friend had to leave due to a family emergency, Geraldine, ever determined, decided to continue on her own, promising to meet her husband George at various checkpoints along the way. The day she vanished, July 22, 2013, began like any other on the trail. Geraldine had spent the night at the Spalding Mountain lean-to and was making her way north towards her next rendezvous point with George. She was to meet him 2 days later, on July 24th, at a prearranged location. The section of the trail she was traversing was notoriously challenging, winding through dense forest, over rocky terrain, and across unforgiving ridges. It was a place where the wilderness truly asserted itself, demanding focus and resilience from those who ventured within its embrace. Somewhere along this demanding stretch, between the Spalding Mountain lean-to and the Caribou Valley Road, Geraldine stepped just a few feet off the well-marked path. The reason remains a point of speculation. Perhaps she needed to relieve herself, or maybe she was simply looking for a better vantage point, a momentary diversion from the repetitive rhythm of the trail. Whatever the impulse, that seemingly innocuous decision was the precise moment everything went irrevocably wrong. No witnesses saw her deviate. No screams pierced the silent forest. There was no sign of a struggle, no dropped backpack, no broken branches suggesting a fall. Geraldine Largay simply ceased to be on the Appalachian Trail. The forest, ancient and indifferent, swallowed her whole. Her disappearance wasn't immediately apparent. When Geraldine failed to meet George on July 24th, a quiet alarm began to sound. George, a former Navy survival instructor, was initially worried but assumed she might have just been delayed or taken a wrong turn. He waited. When another day passed without her appearance, his concern escalated into a full-blown panic. On July 26th, he reported her missing to the Maine Warden Service. What followed was one of the largest and most extensive search operations in Maine's history. The scale of the effort was immense, a desperate race against time in a wilderness that offered few clues and fewer easy answers. Helicopters with thermal imaging cameras scoured the tree canopy, their rotors a rhythmic thrum against the vast silence. Search and rescue dogs, highly trained to detect human scent, were deployed, their keen noses working tirelessly through the dense undergrowth. Hundreds of volunteers, driven by a shared sense of humanity and a desire to help, converged on the area, fanning out in grid patterns, meticulously combing every inch of the rugged terrain. The search teams faced formidable challenges. The area was remote, characterized by steep slopes, thick spruce fir forests, and treacherous bogs. Visibility was often limited to mere feet, making it easy for a person to be overlooked, even by the most diligent searcher. Days turned into weeks and weeks into a month. Despite the overwhelming resources poured into the search, the countless man-hours, the advanced technology, the unwavering dedication, they found nothing, not a shred of evidence. It was as if Geraldine Largay had vanished into thin air, a ghost in the vast green sea of the Maine wilderness. The search was eventually scaled back, then suspended, leaving a gaping void of unanswered questions and a family heartbroken by the uncertainty. For 2 agonizing years, the mystery of Geraldine Largay's disappearance remained unsolved, a chilling tale whispered around campfires and debated among hikers. The prevailing theory was that she had become disoriented, wandered off the trail, and succumbed to the elements. But without a body, without any trace, the exact circumstances remained shrouded in the impenetrable veil of the forest. Then, on October 16, 2015, the silence was finally broken. A land surveyor, working on private property near the town of Stratton, stumbled upon a small red tent nestled deep within the woods, approximately 2 miles from the Appalachian Trail. Inside the tent were human remains, later confirmed through dental records to be those of Geraldine Largay. The location was astounding, only 2 miles from the trail, an area that had been extensively searched during the initial efforts. How could she have been missed? The answer lay in the incredibly dense terrain and the sheer vastness of the search area. While the area had been searched, it was impossible to cover every single square foot, and Geraldine's small tent, camouflaged by the thick forest, had simply eluded detection. The discovery brought a measure of closure to her family, but it also unearthed a deeper, more poignant layer to her tragic story. Inside the tent, alongside her remains, lay a plastic bag containing her cell phone and a small red composition book, her diary. It was a heartbreaking chronicle of her final days, a testament to her resilience, her fear, and her slow, agonizing loss of hope. Her entries painted a vivid and harrowing picture. She described becoming lost, the initial confusion, and the growing realization of her predicament. She wrote about trying to find her way back to the trail, her attempts to signal for help, and her diminishing supplies.
Crucially, she detailed how she had tried to stay in one place, constructing a makeshift camp and waiting to be rescued, a standard survival technique. She recounted hearing search helicopters overhead, her desperate attempts to wave and shout, only to be unheard and unseen. "When you find my body, please call my husband George and my daughter Carrie," one entry read, a chilling testament to her acceptance of her fate. She wrote about the cold, the hunger, and the overwhelming despair that slowly crept in. Her final entry was on August 18th, nearly a month after she first went missing. It was a final, desperate plea, a quiet surrender to the relentless grip of the wilderness. The discovery of Geraldine Largay's diary provided invaluable insight into her ordeal, confirming that she had indeed succumbed to exposure and starvation after becoming disoriented and unable to find her way back to the trail. It dispelled any lingering theories of foul play, but solidified her story as one of the most compelling and tragic disappearances in the annals of American wilderness lore. Many who follow such cases often categorize Geraldine Largay's disappearance as a missing 411 case. The term missing 411, coined by author David Paulides, refers to a series of unexplained disappearances that occur in national parks and wilderness areas, often exhibiting peculiar patterns. These patterns can include individuals vanishing without a trace, often experienced outdoors people in familiar wilderness settings with few clues left behind. The bodies, if found, are sometimes discovered in areas previously searched or in locations that defy logical explanation, often miles from where they were last seen. While Paulides' theories are often met with skepticism by official search and rescue agencies, the common threads he identifies resonate deeply with the chilling details of cases like Geraldine Largay's. Geraldine Largay was an experienced hiker, yet she stepped just a few feet off a well-used trail and became completely lost. The massive search effort yielded nothing for 2 years. Her remains were found a relatively short distance from the trail, in an area that had been subject to intense scrutiny. The silence surrounding her disappearance, the lack of any immediate signs of trouble, and the sheer impossibility of an experienced hiker becoming so utterly disoriented in seemingly navigable terrain, all these elements contribute to the sense of profound mystery that still envelops her story. Her case serves as a stark reminder of the unforgiving power of nature, even in seemingly benign environments. It underscores how quickly a situation can turn catastrophic, how easily an individual can become disoriented, and how thin the line is between a planned adventure and an unimaginable tragedy. The wilderness, with all its beauty and allure, demands respect, vigilance, and an understanding of its inherent dangers. Even for the most experienced, a single misstep, a moment of lapsed concentration, can have dire consequences. Geraldine Largay's story is more than just a tragic accident. It is a chilling American mystery that continues to leave investigators silent, a testament to the fact that sometimes, even in the most thoroughly explored corners of our world, people can truly vanish, leaving behind only questions and the echoes of their last desperate struggle against the wild. Her diary entries, discovered 2 years after her disappearance, stand as a poignant and powerful narrative, offering a glimpse into the final moments of a woman who faced her end with courage and a heartbreaking acceptance, alone in the vast, indifferent embrace of the Maine woods. To delve deeper into more real American mysteries that still leave investigators silent, make sure to subscribe to American Mystery Vault. You won't want to miss our upcoming explorations of the unexplained and the truly astonishing.